Hi guys, it's Dale with Insurance. Today we're going to talk about an article that I think is very crucial and very important. And that's only because I think it's often overlooked. And unfortunately, it's overlooked by those that may need it the most. The title of the article is, Do You Need Commercial Auto Insurance for Your Small Business? And I say the overwhelming answer is yes, right? So if you guys are anything like me, when you think of commercial auto insurance, you think of like your Amazon trucks or your FedEx trucks or your UPS trucks. Like these large companies with these large fleets, of course they need commercial auto insurance. But in reality, the small business owner is who needs it, right? Because one accident, if it's not covered, could place that small business owner into bankruptcy. So no longer operating a small business. And unfortunately, a lot of these small business owners kind of feel are under the false pretense that they're covered under their personal auto policy, or they don't give it any thought at all, and just assume that they're covered. When in reality, just about every personal auto policy has a commercial auto exclusion, which pretty explicitly just states, hey, listen, coverage is excluded for the use of this vehicle for any business purposes, flat out, period. So that means if you get into an accident while you're dropping off a package to your client, not covered. You get into an accident going to meet a client at a home that you want to show them, you get into an accident, not covered. These are things that aren't always thought about, and that's where it becomes tricky. That's why I think it's very important for small business owners to actually think about it and see if it's the right option for you. There are other reasons. As you could imagine, commercial insurance is tailored for businesses. So there are parts of the policy that are far better than a personal auto insurance policy. One being the liability limits are significantly higher, often twice as high. There are additional coverage for instance, rented vehicles, non-owned vehicles, coverage for loss of use expense, right? Even coverage for something simple but very important, coverage for employees, right? Wouldn't be covered. Employee driving your car, someone else driving your car, and you are under the impression that you are covered under your personal auto policy, right? So these are all things that are quite important, and because auto policies or insurance policies in general don't make the best reading, not many people recognize this exclusion and say, hey, you know what? I should go get commercial auto insurance. So before you end up in a bind and find out when it's too late that you are not covered, just take a quick second and take kind of account of how often you actually drive your vehicle for business use, right? The rule of thumb is, if you are utilizing a vehicle for business use more than 50% of the time, you need commercial auto insurance. So when you're taking account and understand it's subjective, so within your mind it's subjective. So if it's anywhere near 50%, go and get some commercial auto insurance. It can save your companies, your small or medium-sized business, right? Dependent on the amount of damage an accident has caused. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll talk to you next week.